Hi everyone, it's Elaine at Annabella's. Welcome back to FlossTube 197. I'm very happy that you're here this Friday morning. I hope everybody had a wonderful Easter. I'm very happy to tell you I did get my honey baked ham. My husband is so sweet. He kept going on to the honey baked ham website in Asheville just to scout it out to see if maybe they ended up with a smaller ham. And sure enough, he surprised me, which was great because that has been our tradition for many years. I can't tell you how much ham I have eaten though, because it wasn't very small. It was kind of big. But we just had a very nice and relaxing Easter. I hope you did as well. And I'm glad you're here if you're a new viewer. Welcome to my channel. This channel is primarily about cross stitch and quilting and paper crafting with a little bit of my life thrown in every now and then. And I will do a quick life update right now, hopefully not crying because you know me. Thank you everybody so much for reaching out to me on social media, through text, through email, and just letting me know that you were thinking about Terry and I as we lost our sweet kitty Milo on Monday morning. I was actually going to go to the Hobby House NEEDLEWORKS retreat in upstate New York. I was very excited about going. It was going to be my first in-person retreat I've ever attended, except for my own. And I was really looking forward to it. But you know, I knew mommies know, right, when their fur babies aren't well. And I knew that Milo wasn't doing well. And my biggest fear is that I wouldn't be here when he passed. And sure enough, you know, Monday morning, we had to make the tough decision to let him go. So he's 18 years old. He lived a long and beautiful life. And ever since we moved up here a few years ago, he and I got very close and spent a lot of quiet time together every night. The dogs used to chase him around the house relentlessly. Chloe May, known as the little monster, was absolutely a little monster to him. She was always jumping up on him and licking him and rolling over on her back and trying to get him to play. So when they finally would go upstairs with Terry at night, I stay up later than he does usually. Milo would creep his way up from the man cave, which is downstairs, and come up and cuddle up with me on the couch while I stitched or watched TV or just kind of sat in silence, which I love to do, or read. So we spent a lot of one-on-one time together. The daughter that we no longer see, that I've mentioned before, this was her cat, actually. Many years ago, I think 15 out of the 18 years ago, she asked mommy if I would watch the cat for the weekend. And here we are, you know, at 18 years. She never came back to get the cat. So the cat became ours. So, you know, I did have my daughter Charlene reach out to her and let her know that Milo passed. So no more kitties for us. It's too heartbreaking. You know, these fur babies, they become such a major part of your family. Want to come up, Chloe? Want to come up? You got something in your mouth. There she goes, eating something again. They become such a part of your family. And, you know, we have our two dogs and they travel with us really easy. Milo was a great traveler. He came to the last retreat with us. You know, he comes everywhere with us. But he's in a better place. So thank you, my friends. That meant a lot. Anyway, so Hobby House, let me insert a photo here. This is a chart that we designed as an exclusive for the retreat. I believe everybody got this in their swag bag at the event. And I love it. It's I had it professionally framed here at the Village Framer. It's a great framing shop here in Waynesville on Main Street. I've gotten to know her very well. I've given her quite a few things to frame for the shop, and she did a great job on this. So I gifted this to Kathy and David so that they can have it in their shop. And now any of you that are interested in this beautiful depiction of their incredibly gorgeous store and venue, you can go ahead and contact them directly. I don't know if it's up on their website yet, but they have this exclusively into perpetuity. So there you go. All right, so let me give you some updates. Don't know if you want to get a pen and a paper. Some things I have to show you today are going to be quilting related. We've got some new fabrics that have come in. Puppy. We have some fabrics that have come in. I've got some new releases to show you. I'm going to show you the 12 monthly mini reveal of our May 12 monthly mini and just some other stuff. So sit back, relax. Let's enjoy some cross-stitchy time together. All right, so before I do that, I forgot the other life update which is kind of a life update, but it's a business update. We're very busy getting ready for our retreat, All Things Disney, with Priscilla and Chelsea in just 2 weeks. Today is, we have 15 days. So I'm waiting for the girls to get in this morning, my team, and we are going to spend a lot of time this morning in a meeting wrapping up the very last things that we need to wrap up before we start thinking about packing 2 cars and get everything down to Orlando. So I'm very, very excited with it. It's going to be a great time. And I think Terry and I are going to leave on Wednesday and drive straight through because it's only 9 hours from here to Orlando. And then I think we're going to stay an extra day, stay on Monday, and see if my kids can come up and maybe spend an afternoon with us and go to one of the parks. It's not going to be Disney World, maybe Universal or something, or just hang out at the hotel. So we'll see. Andrew's very busy. I've got good news about Andrew, more life updates. He graduated from paramedic school. He passed all of his tests, and now he is getting ready to sit for his national exam, I believe this week. He called me yesterday, day before yesterday, and said, Mom, I said, have you gone ahead and scheduled your exam? And he said, yes, but I'm not going to tell you when it is. And I said, I hear you. It's too stressful between me and my sister and his sister and his others, Charlene and Terry and his dad and Laura, everybody calling him, I think, and reaching out to him is kind of stressful. So we're all just going to sit back and send up a lot of prayers that he passes his national exam, which I'm sure he will. But I'm so proud of him. That kid, he's not a kid, he's 33, but he's my baby. He's my baby boy, my youngest. He, went to school part-time for over 2 years, drove to Orlando for in-person classes, even though he lives in South Florida, had a baby along the way, got married. So I know any of you that are moms, you're proud of your kids, but I'm very proud of him. This was a tough, long journey for him. And regardless of what the outcome is, I'm so happy for him. This is a big milestone in his life. So anyway. My children, what are you gonna do? You gotta love them, right? Or not, because there's always that other one. Just kidding. Oh. All right, let's talk about a couple new releases. This is perfect time to show you this. This is our tiny monthly marker, May. So it is May, today's May 2nd. What a great way to mark the month with this little tiny monthly marker. I finished this off on a board by Paisley and Polka Dots. Just stained it or painted it in walnut by Mud Paint. Put a little bit of green fabric that I had in my stash on the back. I had some rickrack right here from Lady Dot Creates. And there you go. Very, very simple to finish. We love to make finishing fun. And this is a really quick stitch. I stitched this on, did I stitch this? No, I didn't stitch this. I can always tell what I stitch. I don't know who stitched this. Somebody did. I'm sorry. I don't know which model stitcher did. But look what a beautiful job they did. Isn't that stitching gorgeous? And it's on 16 count. I believe it was Julie, but I'm not sure. Sorry, Julie, or whoever I'm not calling out properly. So there's that. And then let me show you and the 12 monthly mini for July is now available to order. So June is sold out, but you can, which is patriotic themed, but you can go ahead and order the 12 monthly mini for July. And the reason that I'm telling you that is I'm going to show you what everybody received in their box this month, because it's one of our releases today. Okay, so this month we did something neat. This is our flower cottage, and there is a bonus chart that they received. So normally there's 2 designers. This month we decided to go ahead and just design a special chart for them. I just love this quote by Oscar Wilde: "A flower blossoms for its own joy." So they have 2 charts, and this chart is now available for those of you who would like to order it at annabellas.net, where you can save 10%, or you can also get it on Etsy, and it's also available in PDF format. So just a really fun stitch. This is just so pretty. I think I'm going to actually stitch this up myself. Those are my colors, as you know, baby blues and pinks. Just love that. So they received that. And then this adorable floss drop, I can't tell you how much I love this. So this is the floss drop they got. And just these little there's a flower on here, there's a little mushroom, and then of course a pretty house, you know, in reminiscent of the flower cottage, you know, which is the name of the chart. So there you go. And they get a floss card for as many skeins of floss is in their floss pack. So here's the floss pack, all the colors they need to stitch both the charts. They get their fabric. There is in here a sticker that we include. So they have a nice big 3x3 sticker. And then there is a house, little mint, little candy. So 12 monthly minis are just a really, you know, fun way of getting something surprising in the mail at a much more affordable price than our big mystery boxes, which we do maybe 4 times a year. So, you know, if you can sign up by ordering the first one if you haven't signed up before. And I think our July box is summer themed. It's going to be really nice. So you sign up, and then every month thereafter, we send you an invoice automatically. So when you get the invoice and you see what month it is and what the theme is of the mini box, when I come up, you can say, whoa, easy. You can say, I'm going to get the box and just pay the invoice. You can message me and say, I'm skipping the box. I don't want to do this one this month, or I have too many to do. Or you can say, you know what, just cancel altogether. So whatever you want to do is fine with us. We just want you to be happy and enjoy it, and be able to get happy mail and find some things that are fun to stitch and easy to finish. So that's a little bit about that. Let me have more coffee. You know, it's like having a child. I was just gonna say, when she's quiet, there's a problem. Come here, pumpkin. Come here, baby. Okay, let me see what else I have. Let me show you some new arrivals that have come in the shop. I don't know what in the world is going on. We have hardly anything that's coming in. It just makes me very nervous. I say that week after week because I remember back in the day, we used to get stuff in every week, not so much anymore. All right, first one is by Little House Needleworks. This is called Midnight in the Garden. Isn't that a pretty, pretty chart? I love the fabric. This is stitched on 32 count French blue from Witchell. So that shouldn't be hard to find. Stitch count is 84 by 84, so it finishes off at 5.5 by 5.5. She has it stitched with DMC and Classic Colorworks, and the frame is by East Side Molding, so she even tells you where you can get the frame. Just a beautiful, beautiful chart by Diane from Little House Needleworks. And then Twin Peak Primitives has a chart that I'm going to show you, and I'm also going to have another one to show you in just a minute. This one is Stars and Stripes, 1776. Aren't they sweet? And this is stitched, oh, it's in color. It's in color and black and white, so that's nice. There we go. It is stitched on 14 count Zweigart, Yorkshire, or linen 28 count Confederate gray. Stitch count is 140 by 92. Really pretty. All DMC floss. And then Erin Elizabeth has a new release. This is called Sewing Tomato. Isn't that pretty? There you go. Really like that. I love this the most, the ruler. I think that's really cool. All right, so that's from Erin. Now let me insert some photos here. These charts are on the way, should be here tomorrow, the next day, Monday at the latest. These two are from Shannon Christine. The first one is Rose Manor. She's done a couple of manor houses. You can go and search Shannon Christine Manor and they'll come up. But this is her latest and I think it's just beautiful. And then I love birds, so I'm sure you know how much I love this one. It's called Spring Meeting. How pretty is that? Love the colors. And then Priscilla and Chelsea have 3 releases. The first one is their word swap flowers. So that is fun. And then I think I heard Priscilla say that there's only 2 more blooming roots left. This is Zinnia Lane, and I think she said there's just 2 more after this. I can't believe a year's gone by. It's insane. Beautiful chart, and of course named after her granddaughter, Chelsea's little girl. And then last is her Good Old Days June. Now remember, Good Old Days, the large chart is sold separately, and then every month they release 3 smalls. So the June, as you can see, there are 3 smalls here, all included when you make that purchase. If you want to stitch the large chart as well, then just add that to your cart. Now I want to show you this absolutely stunning sampler by Rosewood Manor. It is called Celebrate. You guys, if you have not picked out something to stitch to commemorate the 4th of July Independence Day this year, look at this. Isn't it gorgeous? And she's included this other chart. I'll show you it here. It's called 1776. So there's 2 charts included. Karen is an amazing designer, and I think this one is going in my stash, hopefully to finish by the time I'm 80, because I am big charts, and I love them. I probably have maybe half a dozen large, not full coverage, but big charts in my whip pile. Takes me a minute. All right, now I'm going to show you some other things, and then we're going to talk a little bit about our girlfriend getaway weekends, which are new and happy now. So hold one second. Let me show you what's coming from Teresa Kogan. Okay, so the name of this fabric collection is called Ghoul Friends. And I want to show you the panel first because I can't take it. It is so cute. I'm going to have to show you it half and half. So this is the panel of Ghoul Friends. Isn't she adorable? And I just love this owl and her sweet little face. And then here's the bottom part of it. So you have the gourd, the rest of her skirt, and then some more motifs. So the panel you can purchase, and then we have, do we have a jelly roll? We do have a jelly roll. So we have the jelly roll, which you can quickly use to go ahead and finish this off and get it quilted, and you're done, which is what I love about her panels. Then there is a layer cake, which are 10 by 10 fabric squares. You can see the color of the different fabric collections, the colorways, and the prints are on the back. So all of these are included. Let me just tell you, these layer cakes, whether it's by Teresa Kogan or any other designer, they are my go-to when I'm doing cross-stitch finishing. I do use, sorry, I'm making a mess. Here's a charm pack. I do use charm packs too for cross-stitch finishing, but my go-to is layer cakes. Only because, depending upon how large the piece is, I can do an 8 by 8 and use that as backing fabric. So you never know. And then we do have the fat quarter bundle. So Ghoul Friends, this was a pre-order, so we don't have a lot of stock here, and I don't think we're going to be ordering more, but I wanted to let you know that it is here. And if you did place a pre-order for it, it just came in, so Terry will be shipping that out over the weekend. Well, on Saturday anyway. And then let me show you Home Sweet Haunt. Oh my goodness, you guys. Here's Home Sweet Haunt. I'm going to destroy her name, so don't shoot the messenger. Stacy S. Hisu? I'm so sorry, Stacy. What can I tell you? I'm just not good at this. This, Perfectly Imperfect. This is the charm pack. And then we do have the fat quarter bundle. Now, we sold out of all the other pre-cuts. Sorry, but this fat quarter bundle is great. If you go to annabellas.net or you go to Etsy, when you search under Moda, you'll find this collection. And again, it's called Home Sweet Haunt. When you click it, it's going to take you to whatever page I've got it depicted on, and you'll be able to see all the fabrics that are in this collection, okay, so that you'll know what's coming in your fat quarter bundle. Okay, and then along with this, she's got 2 adorable quilt patterns. This one is Haunting Good Time. Oh my gosh, look at that. Isn't that great? Always got the fabric requirements listed on the back. And I really love this one. This is called Happy Haunt. And this is 56 by 58. It's an advanced beginner. So you can do it, right? If I can do it, you can do it. All right. And then let me tell you about this. This is kind of cool. Something different at Annabella's because, there's me. Here is this little ornament holder. Okay, so this is a little ornament holder. It's very, very lightweight. And what this is for you to craft any one of these 3 ornaments that then can be hung from that and displayed in your home. This is by the Ornament Girl. So this is her collection. This is called Peekaboo Pumpkin Ornaments. Okay, so that's an example of one of the ones included in this book. Here are the rest. Now, it is a step-by-step guide to creating folded fabric ornaments, okay? So I'm looking at this right now, and I can just tell you, you know, if you can read, you can do this. And if you love fabric and you love to make these little ornaments, I thought that now would be the time to get these out to you so that you could get everything finished before autumn arrives, which, if you can believe how fast winter went and spring is here, you'll know that it's never too early to start thinking about that kind of stuff. All right, so that's the Peekaboo Pumpkin. And then look at this. This is her basic star ornament. All right, and then here are some others. And again, these are folded fabrics ornaments. And oh my gosh, they're so easy, you guys. She shows you exactly how to layer it. She shows you exactly how to pin it. It's not very difficult to do. She even shows you how to make the ribbon bow at the top. These make great gifts. If you're thinking ahead to what in the world do I get my crafty or sewing friend that has absolutely everything, something new and different, right? With a little ornament hanger. And then of course I love this one the most. This is Prairie Point Pinwheel Ornaments. It's probably the colors of the fabric, right? Rather than the pinwheel. And there they are here. Aren't those neat? So I don't know, maybe one of these is gonna come home. If any one of them is gonna come home, it's gonna be this one. Wow. I get distracted when I'm talking to you because I see this stuff and I just wanna go home and start doing it. Just fun stuff. So anyway, these are not in on the website, they're just in the Etsy shop if you wanna check those out. All right, more coffee. I wish I could sit back because, you know, I wanted to chat with you a little bit more about our girlfriend getaway weekends. So let me talk to you about this real quick. If you are new to my channel, before I start talking, you're like, what in the holy heck is this woman talking about? Annabella's has been putting on cross-stitch retreats across the country for about a little over 3 years now. Crazy, right? Who knew that we were going to be doing this 3 years in? And we also put on virtual retreats. So what's a virtual retreat? Well, it's kind of the same thing as an in-person retreat, except it is enjoyed from the comfort of your own home, meaning that we try to bring you the friendship, the games, the fun, the prizes, the smalls exchange, all the things that you would get in person, but that you attend virtually from your home. If you can't afford to attend, if you have medical reasons that stop you from attending, or if you work and you just can't get off time, you know, to travel, the virtual retreats are really a great way for you to meet new stitchy friends, spend a nice day relaxing and stitching, you know, meeting some designers perhaps, learning a finishing technique. They're just really nice. But I wanted to talk to you about what we've learned over the past 3 years here at Annabella's doing these large retreats. And some of them have been large and some of them have not been large. But what we've learned is that this cross-stitch community is just wonderful, which we already knew. But we've been so fortunate that we've been able to host some of your favorite designers in locations that you guys have really enjoyed. And our virtual retreats, like I said, you know, you enjoy from your home, right? But what's become apparent to me is how many of you, either in your survey comments or coming up to me at a retreat or messaging me after an event, tell me how much you enjoy the smaller retreats. Well, boy, I was surprised. I love large retreats. Don't love putting them on anymore, gotta tell you. But I enjoy the excitement that comes with a large retreat. But what I've learned as an entrepreneur for 35 years now and as a business owner is to pause and pivot. So what does pause and pivot means? That means that I spend time listening to my customers. I spend time listening to the stitching community, and I pause and I ponder and I look at where Annabella's is and I look at what I feel that I am up to doing. So what we've decided to do is to kind of scale back a little bit on our larger retreats. The ones that we already have scheduled are going to continue, and I'm still going to do 2 or 3 larger retreats per year. We're always going to have an All Things Autumn retreat. We're always going to have a summer retreat, and we're always going to have a larger event like those that's a signature event, meaning that might be in a location. I'll give you an example. Heartstring Samplery. We're doing a signature event with her in Whitefish in Montana. Okay, so we're going to do one of those type events a year. And then our All Things Autumn retreat is usually quite large, and our summer events are usually quite large. But I listened to what everybody has been saying to me, and the comments, and you can read these, I don't make these up. All of our testimonials and what folks have to say about our retreats are on our website. I've got some I have to add now that I'm talking about our smaller events, so you can read about what people say about the smaller events. But what we've decided to do is something called Girlfriend Getaway Weekends. So what in the world is that? So it's coming here to Western North Carolina in the beautiful Smoky Mountains. We have a 4,000 square foot shop/retreat center. It's not a retreat center per se, it's a shop. But the point is, it's large enough that we can host a nice number of women for the weekend. Can't sleep here. There's no room to sleep. But this is a small, intimate, beautiful setting that we are going to open up on specific weekends through 2026. If you go to annabellas.net or you go to girlfriendgetawayweekends.com, there's a couple tabs at the top of the menu bar. One is just general information about Girlfriend Getaway Weekends. The other is about the Summer Girlfriend Getaway Weekend, which has just opened up for registration, and that'll be in June. And then the Save the Dates. Because our Girlfriend Getaway Weekends, because they're going to be small, we want to give you more than enough time to look at your calendar, ask for a day off from work, plan some travel time, maybe with a stitching friend or 2 or 3, and then come on and spend the wonderful weekend here in the Smoky Mountains. Now, the intent is, at least for our first event, we're going to have it here in our beautiful shop. It's close to the public. This is going to be all redone so that there's round tables everywhere and everybody can sit and stitch just like you would in a hotel. But I don't want to be in a hotel. I'm over the hotels. I want to be in a nice, warm, cozy place. We've got some beautiful porches, weather permitting. We're going to have table set. You can sit outside. We have a porch swing. We're going to be bringing in 2 meals a day. 2 lunches. So you're going to have lunch included both days. We're going to have swag bags and smalls exchange and raffles and games and prizes and all the things we do at large hotels. We also have some really neat venues here in Western North Carolina that I am looking into for hosting some of the events if I get more than I'm comfortable with having here, but not a large number, that we'll have at their locations. One of the places I'm looking at right now is called Lake Logan. It's a beautiful retreat center. So just know that not all of the Girlfriend Getaway Weekends will be held here at Annabella's. Some will be held at other beautiful locations. Why is this all so important? Well, because I wanted to hear what people say about price points and about what really matters when they attend a retreat. And what I heard is price matters. Price is huge. So as an example, our retreat for the event with Plum Street, for example, is $425. That's a big ticket item, right? But it's a big designer. And it is in Colonial Williamsburg. And not everybody can attend those retreats. So I'm just using that as an example, okay? Our virtual retreats are $69, $79, $89, $99, $129. They're they're a lot less than attending an in-person retreat. Our first Girlfriend Getaway weekend in June is $159. So imagine going to a retreat and from paying $425, you're now paying just $159. Terry and I sat down and played with numbers until, I thought we were going to kill each other. Because, we both have different ideas about, what we want to do and how we want to bring something to you and how we can make it affordable, but still, not lose our shirt in the process. And that's the price point that we're comfortable with right now. I'm not promising you that every single girlfriend getaway is going to be the same price. I'm going to promise you that we're going to look at it after a few and decide whether we can keep that price point. You can expect that it will always be under $200, and you're going to receive all of the wonderful things you get at one of our larger retreats. The only difference is that we're doing it here in our own backyard. We save a lot of money by doing it here. We don't have all the added expenses. We don't have to pay hotels exorbitant amount of meeting room spaces. We don't have to pay. I got a quote for the Disney retreat. Are you all ready for this? Let me digress for a minute. Would you like to know what they wanted to charge me at the Disney retreat for a microphone? $4,000. I kid you not. So no, I'm not doing that. Plus, in all honesty, can I just be honest with you? I'm not old, I'm not, but I want to slow down a little bit, you guys. I go Mach 10, 24 hours a day, even when I'm sleeping. I get up at 4 o'clock in the morning and I work until 10 o'clock at night. So I work hard, but I love what I do. My body, however, says, you know what, you're a little crazy. You need to slow down a little bit. So by trying to figure out what that sweet spot is by pausing and pivoting and looking at our business, this is what we've come up with. And I know that if you've been to one of our retreats, you know how much we try to make it a wonderful and enjoyable experience for you. So go ahead and check it out. I hope that there is a date on the calendar already that you can earmark. Come on, pumpkin. That you can earmark or bookmark or whatever it's called. And maybe grab a friend or two and come on and spend a great time here with us. We have found some beautiful Airbnbs. You can rent an Airbnb with a couple of friends. There's some beautiful little cottages right here. They're all $129 a night or less. I mean, there's some, we're not in Beverly Hills. We're in the Smoky Mountains. So you're not going to find it exorbitantly priced. And the $159 includes 2 lunches. So you get lunch both days, Friday and Saturday. And it starts on Friday, always ends on Sunday. So you have all day Friday, all day Saturday, and at least a half a day on Sunday. So it's 2.5 full days of stitching and late night stitching as well. So I'm excited about it. I'm excited to bring you something new, hopefully something much more affordable. I'm excited about sharing our beautiful little town with you. We live in Maggie Valley. We work in Waynesville. So many fun things to do. We will have optional events like we do at all of Annabella's retreats. But our girlfriend getaway weekends are more about just, coming in and seeing Riley and sitting back and relaxing with a bunch of girlfriends, maybe wearing your slippers, going up and down the stairs, checking out the shop, going into Waynesville, maybe having lunch there or dinner. We'll do dinners every night. Terry's already picked out 2 restaurants he wants to take everybody to, but it's gonna be a great time. So that's what I wanted to share with you today. Feel free to email me. I think there's a contact us box on the bottom of the website on the Girlfriend Getaway page where you can actually, write a whole paragraph. If you have any questions, you can always call us in the shop as well. All right, so that's that. Oh, and I wanted to say so what I've committed to, now that I've paused and pivoted here, is we're going to do every year a cruise, okay? Because why? Because Elaine loves to cruise. And our first one, well, this will be our second Stitch Sea cruise, is in Alaska with Priscilla and Chelsea. And there's still, I think there's still cabins available, but you better hurry up because there's not going to be cabins for long. Royal Caribbean, their Alaska cruises, which are held in the summer, sell out quickly. And when I first booked this with Priscilla and Chelsea, we actually already had to change the date once because there was no cabins left, which is crazy, right? So if you want to join us, go ahead and check that out. So we'll do a cruise every year. And I think next year in 2026 is Priscilla and Chelsea. 2027, I think we're going to do Italy, why not, right? Mediterranean. So that's kind of where I'm leaning towards. So there you go. It's out there now. I'm probably going to have to stick to it. But yeah, I'm pretty sure that's what I want to do. So, and again, so what does that mean? So that means there may be 20 of us instead of 100 of us. That's okay. But it'll be fantastic. So kind of keep that in the back of your mind. So we're going to do that every year. And then I already told you we're going to do a summer and an autumn and then maybe one signature event in a special location. I think Vail, Colorado is on my list too. So, and then we did keep on the calendar Pioneer Woman. So that's going to move forward. The thing with Pioneer Women, if you're wondering why haven't we heard anything about that, is they don't even talk to you until 6 months before an event. So we have to wait until we're 6 months before the time, the month that I want to hold the event in, and then we can work with them closely, to solidify our plans. Okay. Couple more, a little bit of news. If you're a quilter or you love fabrics, we are having our Riley Blake release party this Wednesday. So Riley Blake has some gorgeous new collections that are coming out. This release party is going to be for collections that begin arriving in December. So we're already placing pre-orders. I don't have them all up on the website yet. I have to call Riley Blake today because Lori Holt's new collection that is due to come out in December already says sold out, and they just opened up on May 1st. So all the pre-cuts and all of that were available to order May 1st, and I went on there May 1st, around 8 o'clock at night, and everything said out of stock. So I got to call them and figure out what's going on with that. But then all of the pre-cuts and all of the fabric collections that we're going to carry will be on our annabellas.net and on Etsy for you to pre-order. So come to that launch party or the new release party. It's going to be right here on FlossTube on Wednesday. Don't know what time, but you'll be able to watch it. It's going to be recorded, so you'll be able to watch it whenever you want. Hey, come here, Chloe. You want to say, tell everybody how pretty you are. She went to the groomer yesterday. You got a pretty bow? She's been trying to get it out since she got home. You're all wet. She puts her whole face in the water bowl. Hi, baby. Mwah. Okay, let's talk about Happy Mail. So you guys have some wonderful Easter memories. Thank you for sharing all of them with me. I'm trying to think I don't think I shared what my favorite Easter memory was. Well, once you're a mom, you have two Easter memories, right? You have the Easter memory of your own when you were a child, and then you have your favorite Easter memory as an adult when you raised your own children. So my two are sitting at the kitchen table with my mom and dyeing the Easter eggs. And, she died when I was 12, so sometimes I actually, have to scramble in my brain to try to remember what am I actually remembering and what did I duplicate with my own kids. But then, along with that comes the memory of being a mom and now a grandma and following in her footsteps and doing the same thing with my children and my grandchildren. So I think the whole dyeing the eggs and the sitting around the kitchen table and having mommy there, and then taking those experiences from a 12-year-old's point of reference and incorporating them into the lives of my 3 adult children and then now my grandchildren is probably my favorite memory. So, and of course, the honey baked ham. Just kidding. I know I'm a nut. So thank you for sharing those. So if I call your name, what Happy Mail is, if you're new, is we do this, we ask a question, you comment below. You have to be over the age of 18 so we can ask for your mailing address. You have to be a subscriber to the channel. You have to like the video. You have to ring the notification bell so that you get notified when I upload a new video. It helps with algorithms. That's the only reason, and we appreciate it. And then we walk through the shop and we find something we think you're gonna like, and you're gonna get a pretty pink bag in the mail, and it's gonna have hopefully something special that you enjoy stitching or creating. So if I call your name, go ahead and send an email to me at annabellashop@gmail.com. Be sure to put Happy Mail in the subject line. That makes it easy for my team to identify it and to get it right out to you. And the winners are Kendra Heffelfinger, Linda Foss 9387, Leanne EH 1973, Leanne 1973, Susan Leslie, 4150, Nancy Malcolm, 7698, and Mona McKnight. So thank you so much, ladies, for participating. If you haven't subscribed to my channel and you like what you see, if you're new today, please reach up and do that. That would mean the world to us. Okay, so this week's question, I guess I'll just go ahead and ask. If you have been to a retreat, a large retreat, small retreat, which do you like best? And if you haven't been to a retreat and you're thinking about going, which one would you like to attend? A larger one or a smaller one? Let me know. I'm just curious. It's not going to change what I'm doing because I'm getting old, but I love always to get your feedback. I hope you guys have a wonderful week ahead. I will see you back here on Wednesday for our Riley Blake party. And if not, I will see you back here next Friday. Until then, everybody, be happy, be well, and most of all, be kind. See you later. Bye.